Hi. So, it's my birthday. So we're not going to do makeup today because I'm not quite ready. I did decide to make a little plan for this evening. The last time my birthday, May 5th, was on a Tuesday, a Taco Tuesday, was 2020. So I do need to leave the house today. And I need to get some tacos. So I'm going to do my makeup a little bit closer to the time that I choose to leave to go do that. So, we're not doing makeup today. Like I said, I'm not promising anything on this channel. Okay, this is a chaos deity channel. We do what we feel moved to do when we feel moved to do it. Which is why I'm here. I got this movement to talk to you guys. And I'm listening. The divine knows I have homework. And was like, no. You gotta talk to your people. This is the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. Guardian angels could be significant. I'm hearing you own their demons now. Those demons answer to you. Because you know... Ooh, this one. Yeah. Because you know something they don't. Ooh. Whoa. I'm hearing it's time to step it up. Four cards fell out. So this deck is interesting. I'll show you with your first card. Right side up is the angel on top with their corresponding demon on the flip side on the bottom. Two of yours came demon side up, and two came angel side up. A lot of the angels and actually two of the demons have, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 5 presences with the names that start with A. So the letter A or a name starting with the letter A can be significant. My throat chakra is getting attacked already. That's crazy. That's okay. That's okay. So you have 4 here. And then we're going to follow up with Spheres of Heaven Tarot. You are getting a message from the Most High God. Whatever that means to you, by the way. There is a name that you know this God by. This all-powerful, all-knowing being. You're getting a message from the Most High. You're getting a message from Source itself. Four cards from this deck as well. From this deck, your major arcana is the Lovers. Obviously, because this deck has 3 different Lovers cards. I don't know if I've ever said this, but In the Spheres of Heaven tarot deck, you have 3 different lovers cards. This one is my same sex or same gender card. So LGBTQ community, holla. Would make sense, obviously. I'm a part of this community. Your lover's card is the major arcana in this. And then it hits 9, 8, 7. So your second tarot card is the 9 of Swords. Your second is the 8 of Swords. And your third is the 7 of Cups. So we're going to go in order. I'm going to walk us through this. We read from the book here. So we take our time, we sit with it, we go through it together. My channel is definitely one of those channels where we take our time with things because we want to take the time to understand. And so that's why we read from the manual and we sit with it together. Go ahead and take a drink of water. I'm going to do the same. I felt moved to eat before I did this reading. So, if you're up and doing things up and about, go ahead and get yourself sustenance. It seems like a heavy reading, but we're going to be okay. And I'm here with you, and we're going to move through this together. Let's start here. Your first card is the Angel Akaya, Angel of Patience. The corresponding demon is Amun, the demon of laziness. Akaya is right side up, so we're going to start right side up. Akaya is a part of the Seraphim lineage of angels, which is the highest level of angels. If you haven't heard of the 72 angels, the Seal of Solomon, the Lesser Key of Solomon, any of that stuff, no worries. Again, we're going to read from the book, this manual here, and any deep dive I will either do, or if you feel moved to do, by all means, drop whatever you find in the comments. I'm interested in seeing and hearing how this connects with you, okay? Akaya is a seraphim angel, highest level of angels, closest to God. And they are the forbearing God. This is the representation of the forbearing God. And so these 72 angels in this deck all represent facets of the Most High's name, and what those aspects of that name represent as that being's godness, godliness. I feel like I need to explain that to you. The forbearing God, it says Psalms 103 verse 8, "The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and plenteous in mercy." Those born under this angel love to learn about useful subjects, glory in executing the most difficult works, and discover many useful practices of the arts. Akaya will help you be patient and uncover secrets of nature. Soul guardian of those born between 2 and 2:20 a.m. There are different versions of guardians. So if you were born between 2 and 2:20 a.m., Akaya would be considered one of your soul guardians. A moral guardian to those born between born on March 26, June 6, August 17, October 28, and January 8. So any of those could be significant. And a physical guardian of those born between April 19 and April 23rd. So, Aries. The corresponding demon to this is Amun, which is a Marquis. The seventh spirit, Amun, is a Marquis who is great in power and most stern. He appears like a wolf with a serpent's tail, vomiting out of his mouth flames of fire. At the command of the magician, he will take the shape of a man with a dog's teeth, beset in a head like a raven, or else that of a man with a raven's head. Amun tells all things, past and future, and creates feuds and reconciles controversies between friends. He governs 40 legions of spirits, servant of those born between April 19 and April 23. So heavy Aries energy, spewing fire from the mouth, and so right off the bat, Akaya being your first and your angel face up, or, angel side up. You're an artist. You're an overachiever. And you are slow to anger. And you're feeling angry. And that's okay. You're very, very patient. The idea of Amun, the corresponding demon, being the demon of laziness, speaks to the idea that they use a lot of shape-shifting, a lot of fear-mongering, a lot of anger and vileness, and a lot of that display of power is a form of laziness. It omits the hard work and just intimidates into action. You play the long game. The next one is Demon Side Up, and that demon's name is Salos. The corresponding angel, and this demon, is of forgetfulness and release of unpleasant thoughts. The corresponding angel, Leuia, and they are the angel of fruition and the realization of dreams. 7 and 19, April 19 could be significant. July could also be significant. And it says Salos is a duke. This is the 19th spirit. Salos, or Salios, is a great and mighty duke who appears in the form of a gallant soldier riding on a crocodile with a ducal crown worn peaceably on his head. He causes the love of women to men and of men to women, and governs 30 legions of spirits, servant of those born between June 18 and June 22nd. The corresponding angel is an angel of thrones. He's a lower ranking angel. And it says this is the swiftly hearkening God. So this is already right off the bat urging you to call on the divine directly. Psalms 40 verse 1, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. So patience again. You've been patient, but now you're being asked to challenge the divine. I'm getting like a Jacob. I won't let you go until you bless me. People born under Leuia's influence are amiable, lively, and modest, and bear adversity with resignation. Leuia can obtain the grace of God and governs memory and human intelligence. So, soul guardian of those born between 6 and 6:20 a.m. Maybe you know someone that was born that, or you are. Moral guardian of those born between April 7, June 18, August 29, November 9, or January 20. And the physical guardian of those born between June 18 and June 22nd. I did say June might be significant, I think I said July. June and July could be significant. Interesting. So the demon here, forgetfulness and the release of unpleasant thoughts. Take it to God. You don't need to dabble in It feels like, and this probably will coincide with the Lover's card, so we'll get there. We're going to read through these as quickly as possible, but forgetfulness and release of unpleasant thoughts being at the top of the fruition and the realization of dreams, you're realizing that you are at the cusp of making your dreams come true. And turning back to the comfortability, forgetting that the divine has been there for you and has worked in you, might be tempting. Number 10, Booer, was demon face up, laziness and neglectfulness. Laziness again. The corresponding angel is Aladia, divine grace. It says the favorable God, but it says Booer is a president ranking, which is like on the lower end, I believe. The 10th spirit, Booer, is a great president who appears in Sagittarius. Sagittarius? Which is the shape when the sun is there. He teaches philosophy, both moral and natural, and the logic arts, and the virtues of all herbs and plants. He heals all distempers in man and gives good familiars. Booer governs 50 legions of spirits and demands obedience, which you must adopt when calling him forth to appear. Servant of those born between May 4th and May 8th. So, that would be somebody I could command, probably, if I ever wanted something like that. So, laziness and neglectfulness. Aladia is the angel... Ooh, itchy. Aladia is the cherubim. It's a cherubim, which is, I think, 3rd or 4th ranking angel in the hierarchy of angels. 33:22 can be significant. It is the favorable God. Psalms 33:22 says, "Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us, according as we hope in thee." Divine grace. People born under this angel's influence enjoy good health, are happy in their enterprises, and esteemed by those who know them, and frequent sophisticated societies. Aladia protects those guilty of hidden crimes, governs rage and pestilence and curses, and cures diseases. So there's, like I said, there's anger. There's some rage going on. There's some rage. And some thoughts that I think you may not feel good about having. And you... Shut up. Soul guardian of those born between 3 and 3:20 a.m. Moral guardian of those born between March 29, June 9, August 20th, October 31st, and January 11. Physical guardian of those born between May 4th and May 8th. So like I said, there's some laziness. Twice now that has come up. Neglect. And also patience. There's a lot of patience being talked about. And it's not just that you have patience, but you are being asked to continue with your patience. But you're also being asked to step into some uncomfortable places, I'm feeling. 63, the last one, angel side up. Anawel, perception of unity. The corresponding demon to that is Andras. Foley. A lot of laziness. I'm feeling laziness. This is an archangel. Anuel is an archangel, and this is signifying the gentle God. Psalms 100, verse 2, "Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing." An artist, like I said, using your art to glorify God, the Most High, and whatever that most high being signifies to you. Those born under Anauel have subtle and ingenious spirits and distinguish themselves through their industry and actions. Anauel protects against accidents, preserves health, cures illness, and rules over commerce, bankers, businessmen, and clerks. So you're going to be stepping into a... I rebuke that energy. I rebuke it. You are stepping into a pretty place is what I'm hearing, but for you that would be a pretty place. You are going to be using your art, using your gifts, and it will be a business, and it will be in glory to the Most High. Interesting. Soul guardian of those born between 8:40 and 9 p.m. Moral guardian of those born between May 21st, August 1st, October 12th, December 23rd, and March 5. Physical guardian of those born between January 24 and January 28. Andrus is a marquee demon. And Andrus, the 63rd spirit, is a great marquee who appears in the form of an angel with a head like a black night raven and riding upon a strong black wolf. He has a sharp, bright sword flourished aloft in his hand. His office is to sow discord. If the exorcist has not a care... if the exorcist has not a care, Andrus will slay the master, servant, and all assistants. He governs 30 legions of spirits, and he would be a servant to those born between January 24 and January 28. So this one's dangerous. Foley is very dangerous. The laziness is dangerous. Danger. Will Robinson. I'm gonna get right into it. And I'll go ahead and read the Lovers. Oh my gosh, I have to sneeze. Mind you, yes, I have been having allergy problems, but it ain't been this bad where my voice is just like completely leaving. But I think I've said this before, like, this has just been a thing, and every time I do these videos now, it's like immediately hits the throat chakra. Okay. There's a Ricola for that. Anyways. The Lovers, blissful harmony. Although known as the Lover in the Marseille tradition, where a group is depicted surrounding a single titular lover, this card is usually interpreted instead as two heteronormative lovers coming together, male and female, the universe's dualistic principles in harmony. The three versions included in this deck reflect Dioscaria's free and open attitude toward love. It represents my ideas of free and open attitude toward love. A society formed from those rejected by convention, Dioscarians expressed their love and gender in uncountable ways. This was quickly picked up on by card painters by the 16th century. It was traditional for this card to depict the buyer and their loves. This personal touch was also a way for card painters to showcase their skill. Regardless of the genders or number of partners, because there is a triad lovers card in this deck, and I think it's beautiful. Regardless of the genders or number of partners depicted, all interpretations of the card depict a union that is emotional in nature, but encompasses the entire spectrum of love: mind, body, and soul. This union is brought about by a higher power and represents total fulfillment. While this might mean the bliss of romantic love, it could stand for any situation where complementary forces come together in harmony. So you're managing your demons. This deck represents this harmony in the form of a white sun casting its joy from above, but this power can take many forms, including an angel or a being working with or through one. Can't make this up. Or several. You had 2 angels and 2 demons. Technically 4 of each. This could be Raphael, angel of air, associated with Mercury and therefore a messenger. For some, the white sun might also evoke the fool. After all, this figure, also associated with the color white, may be ignorant or innocent, but this is precisely why they are capable of unconditional love. Since they lack any unhelpful preconception, there is nothing to hinder them from a union with the other. Capital O. Okay. I love this reading. I love you and I love this reading. We're gonna jump to... We're gonna go to the cups. 7 of Cups. A core of kindness. This card holds an abundance of energy and signals that a breakthrough has been accomplished. The dangers of egoism and narcissism inherent to the Suit of Cups have been overcome. You've managed your demons. You've put them where they need to be. I keep hearing laziness, though. After a fundamental shift in perspective and a leap of the imagination, a new core driving the flow of love is discovered. Eternal kindness. Oh, because of that anger. The Divine said, don't be lazy. Acting out is a form of laziness. I see. This is not a grand gesture or a public display of affection that encompasses the universe, but something tender and intimate, like a caress. Love is coming. This is also like a love reading. Anyways, this is a love reading. Love of the divine, and also love... This is like love of the divine, and it's also like a love that's coming into your life, like romance. Good for you. It may be small and hidden from most, perhaps still growing, but it sets the cups dancing with contentment and has the power to spread, unchecked, to the edges of the universe. I noticed that there's a lot of water flow around in this card. Like, these 2 waterfalls here. There's, like, these dudes here you can see, here, like, all, like, even from the top, there's just an abundance of energy flowing around. This card offers us this vision and a choice. Will we let go of our preconceptions and embrace this tenderness? So, whatever love is coming in for you, both the divine gifts that you are getting, the divine opportunities that you're getting, the divine connection that you're getting with both the Almighty and with this other person or these other people. It feels like romance. It also feels like business. Interesting. Whatever you're getting, you have to have. There's a part of you that is still angry as hell. And we're going to go right into the 8 of Swords with that one. Look at all those stars. Stars could be significant. Enter the void. Ooh, yes, let's go. Don't resist the call of the void is literally on the inside of this box. You faced your demons. That's more than most people can say they have been able to do. You spent the time. That's more than most people can say. This is where our path ends, a place of total silence. The 8 swords form an ideal circle. In the space between, we see the piercing truth of divine enlightenment. We have eliminated the noise that muddies the waters, that clouds our vision from clear sight. Now we stare into the ultimate clarity, the void. At the end of our intellectual journey, there is nothing but the realization of ourself, our own eyes looking back upon ourselves and seeing truthfully. We have found emptiness. Within the emptiness, we have found ourselves. I just came out of a fast. And I said it was a 7-day fast, but honestly, I think I did it for 10 days. And, like, even today, like, I found myself in the pattern of that fast. And so, like, even going back on social media last night, like, I caught up on a week's worth of content, and then I was just kind of back to my life and the life that I had formed around this fast. And one of the things that I had done is I actually wasn't watching really anything. I was watching videos, but they were like the same 2 to 3 videos. I watched the Munajat of Jami every day. I listened to Morning Dua every day. At night, I listened to these like 10 to 12 hour soundscapes for sleep for me and my husband. I just got in the habit of that. Like, my wife and I also listen to like nature noises and rain and stuff. So, like, to sleep there is noise. But I would listen to Morning Dua. I'd listen to the Munajat of Jami. That prayer is just incredible. If you've never heard it before, holy cow. Probably post a link in the description if I remember. But the rest of my day was silent. Aside from the birds chirping, maybe hearing the neighbor, maybe the fan that's blowing now. Nothing else. No videos, no noises, no music, nothing. For like 10 days. Here and there, my husband would want to watch a TV show or a movie. Or my wife would send me like a music video. But on my own, I didn't watch anything. I didn't listen to anything. I didn't even really do a lot of journaling. I just sat in silence. And it was really, really, really nice. It was really nice. So that may be significant for you. 33:11 on the clock as I say this, as it's counting. I feel that maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe take some time for some silence. And the void is usually pretty quiet. A new beginning. 9 of Swords. Look at all these stars. The 9 of Swords, we make the conscious choice to not linger in the void of the 8 of Swords, but to return to the world and share our experience with others. You have something important to share with the world, I'm hearing. We have learned something introspective about our true self. Now we must turn that focus outward and look to others. This is necessary if we wish to be part of this world rather than withdrawn from it. But we must also acknowledge that some knowledge can exist only in the void and cannot be brought back to our world. The thrust of our sword, therefore, is twisted and bends around our target. So you faced the void. It's time to come out. You know your demons. You know your angels. If you didn't before, you know now. And now you have a choice. Now you have a choice. Now you have an opportunity to let love in radical ways. Radical ways. Radical ways. I'm covering it because I'm pretty sure there might be some necky parts in here. I think so. I don't remember. I can't really see. I'm wearing glasses and I can't really tell, but I'm trying not to get us shut down, you know. Ooh, and there's a Hebrew letter in this card. I always get so curious when they don't mention it in the book. I get curious about it. I'm gonna look it up. Why not? I'm also getting like 15 billion texts. It's my birthday. I think I said that. And I am very loved. I am very, very loved. What did I say? Hebrew letter. Did I say Jewish letter or Hebrew? Oh my god, that's Hebrew letter. Alright, let's look at these Hebrew letters and see what this one is. And if you didn't see it, it's in this, good lord. Oh my god. Did I do it? That bottom corner letter right there that looks like a little gold T is what I'm talking about. Let's see. So, I say that. And there's also like little flowers. Flowers could be significant. And that's beautiful. It could be... There's a couple here. Zayin. Hold on. I've also been having some like glitching stuff happening. And I do not know why. Yeah, Zayin. It's a letter, it's like a T looking shape, and it's Zayin. So let's look up. It's the letter Z. So let's look up what Zayin means. Zayin is the 7th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, so it corresponds perfectly with the first angel card, number 7, Akaya, the forbearing god, the seraphim. Sorry. 7th letter of the Hebrew alphabet carrying numerical value of 7 and representing themes of spiritual perfection, sustenance, and authority. Yeah, look at that. Can't make this shit up. I know I keep saying that, but seriously, you can't make this shit up. That's crazy. And it says here, shaped like a crowned vav, or weapon or sword, with the 2 different sword energies in this reading. Come on, let's go. It symbolizes the 7th day, Shabbat, so resting, not laziness, resting. Connecting divine rest with nourishment and divine power. The crowned weapon, the letter resembles a sword or a scepter, and it's giving heavy 9 of swords energy with the curved swords here. Can't make this up, y'all. Symbolizing both the ability to fight against evil and the sustenance and provision provided by God. So you have the divine right to be angry, but you gotta lean on the divine for a lot of that fight. Shabbat, 7th day of creation, highlighting completion and sanctity, is the first letter of Zakor, the word remember. Didn't they have remembering in here? Hold on. Am I crazy? Patience, divine grace, fruition and the realization of dreams, perception and unity. armor and sustain. It's associated with remembering the Sabbath and God's law. The root of Zayin is often linked to words for weapons, or in a spiritual sense, sustenance and nourishment. There's a lot here. It could also mean something vulgar in Hebrew, like a penis or screwing. Fun fact. Thank you, Google. Gay. It could mean is gay. That's what it could mean, because, like, why not? There's two cute-ass boys on this card, and they got penises, and I gotta cover them. That's why I keep saying these videos are not for kids. Can't make this up, yo. So, you have your marching orders. Can't make this up. We're in an abundant place. What's gonna fight for you best will always be your relationship with the divine and your ability to allow the divine to pick the battles for you. Ooh, that was loud. Allowing the divine to pick the battles for you. Because, yeah, you have, for all intents and purposes, all the secrets of the universe. You do. You were given access. You were given options. You were given wisdom. You are given opportunity. And what I'm hearing loud and clear, I put on my copal resin that my wife gave me on my throat, because I keep having these, and so there's an ancestral piece to this. I'm hearing certain ancestors that are not exactly proud of the path that they took, saying to you, it would have been better if I had learned the universe's way of doing things. Use the wisdom of what the universe has to offer. It's not that you aren't allowed. It is literally your free will to choose whatever you want to choose, just like it's everyone's free will to do the things that you're angry about. We all are afforded that same level of free will. Everyone. We are also imbued with the responsibility of that free will. Love and kindness. As you continue to fight, because it is very clear to me that you are here to fight, and that living in your truth is part of that fight. The most effortless thing you can do right now is to be yourself. To be that artist. To be that business person. To be that lover. That authentic lover. That is your fight. That is how you're fighting. And you're allowed to call shit out when you see it. That is not what we're saying. That is not what I'm hearing the divine saying. It's just gonna get... It's gonna get to places... And the warning here is, don't forget and be lazy about it. Don't forget and don't be lazy about it. And we're done. And I think that's it. Please eat. Please drink some water. Please take care of yourself. You can be angry, and there is a place to put it. Remember that you have divine grace. You have the perception of unity. You're an incredibly patient person. You're powerful as fuck. Love and kindness. That's for you. That's it. Bye!